You hit 500 career points the other day. I know when we talked to you about 1,000 games, you didn't really kind of absorb it too much, but
yeah, no, I haven't really thought about it too much. But I mean, as a kid, you dream about playing in the league. You dream about a lot of things. So I guess no, it's special, obviously. But yeah, move on and focus on winning hockey games right now.
what stands out about the Kings, the challenge that they present?
No, they've been good at home. Obviously, got some good players over there. So we got to make sure that we have a better start than what we did the other night. So that's our focus.
Just 10 games left. What do you feel is the biggest area that your team needs to dial in for the playoffs?
Yeah, I think overall, I think it's about defending. I feel like when we're defending well, we create a lot of chances going the other way. So I think just get back to that mindset and obviously I think we talked earlier about our power play wasn't where it needed to be, but I feel like our power play has been good. So it's some areas that we have cleaned up, but it's also some areas that we think that we can do better at. So that's our main focus. But obviously, these 10 games or so we have left, it's going to be important. In the standings, it's tight, but we try to stay in the moment and focus on what we have to do, and I feel like that's building our game still. It's always stuff that we can do better.
Pretty dramatic turnaround for the power play this season. Like, what are you noticing? Why do you think it got hot right now?
No, I think we're not looking for that next play. I feel like we're taking what the PK is giving us and simplify it a lot more, and I think that's why the power play has been successful.
It stands out about Simon Ben line in a few weeks that you've played together with them on a consistent basis here.
No, Benny, he's one of those guys. You know what you're gonna get. He's working hard every single day, every practice, and just whatever it takes to win hockey games and whatever it takes to do for the team, and I love that about him. And we've been building some chemistry and gonna continue doing that.
How would you describe his personality around the guys? He seems kind of unique.
Yeah, no, he's a funny guy. I love being around Benny. I think he's a big part of that room. I think he's keeping the mood light and he's a funny guy. So I really like being around him.
Bobby, what stands out about the Kings and the challenge they present here tonight?
I think they're a solid team at home. They got some good depth in their forwards there. They play hard. They play good in the offensive zone, sustain pressure. So just trying to limit their chances, limit their entry game, and trying to play in their zone.
Just 10 games to go until playoffs. What do you see as the biggest thing you guys need to dial in, ramp it up here?
I think a bit of our D zone we can clean up a little bit. Just making sure that we're assertive and aggressive in trying to kill plays and trying to get pucks back. Because obviously when the puck's on our stick, we do have a lot of success. We got a lot of skill on this team, so it's just making sure we retrieve those pucks and are aggressive in our D zone.
Pontus Holmberg comes back to the lineup. What have you learned about him this season that maybe you didn't know already?
I mean, played with him a little bit in the Marlies. I feel like his game just continues to grow. As a professional, he just gets more confident making plays, and then he tries to play the game the right way, which is I think a lot of guys respect. And maybe not always flashy, but then sometimes he can pull out some good tricks and some good plays from his bag. So you never really know if he could pull out a highlight reel goal or if he's just going to play it straight up. So he's always a good guy to have in the lineup.
Nylander got back-to-back multi-goal games here. What has stood out lately when you've been playing with him that seems to kind of get him going offensively?
I think when he gets a puck on his stick early in games, I think he's got the confidence to make plays. He loves having it, loves holding the puck, seeing the ice while he has it. I think that's what gives him confidence, and I think he's able to make good plays with it when he has it. So obviously guys are looking for him and trying to get him that puck when he's hot right now.
20 goals already for you. How close is the way the season going to what you envisioned it being for you?
Honestly, I didn't set any expectations for myself. I was just trying to be the best player that I could be. Happy with how things have played out, especially where we are in the standings. I think I've been able to help contribute throughout the season at different points, and that's probably what I'm most happy with, is being able to contribute in a game where you win. Those are the ones that feel the best. So just trying to stick with that into the stretch here.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from Craig this season?
I think the value of playing fast and trying to catch teams before they're ready to set up. I think that's kind of one of our things that we adjusted early on the season, is just playing fast, playing up the ice, and realizing that a lot of offense and a lot of opportunity comes from that.
What did the Kings present to you guys tonight?
They really play a real good defensive system. They check well, and big, strong team. Hard to get in the inside on them, but they defend extremely well.
How much are you stressed to bounce back after what happened in San Jose?
Well, playing a better game. I think 5-on-5 we got to play a better game. I think our special teams are good. Our 6-on-5 was good last game, but 5-on-5, we weren't good enough in that game. So we need a better 5-on-5 game tonight for sure.
Does that just come from everybody?
Everybody, yeah, everybody. I think as a whole, we weren't really sharp 5-on-5. We didn't create enough, and we didn't defend well enough. Especially in the first period.
Who's your goalie tonight?
Stolarz.
Was that an easy decision? Just keep the rotation going?
Well, it's not always easy. It depended on last game a little bit too, but we got back-to-back games here too, so we got to play both anyhow. But no, Stolarz our goalie tonight.
Which forward's coming out?
I took out Nick Robertson tonight.
Yeah. What went into that?
Well, like I said, I got to make decisions, right? There's I want to keep guys going as much as I can. And I thought Nick in the last few games, lots of penalties and just some turnover things. So I had a good talk with him today, and he's in good shape, and he'll be ready to go tomorrow if needed.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson gets 500 points. What's has stood out about his season to you from the beginning, seeing him
playing with an edge? Probably most nights, I would say, stood out for me more than anything. I think people don't understand or notice how physical he is as a defenseman. He's been pretty solid back there for us, playing the right side most of the year. Just sacrifices he makes as a player for the better of the team. But he's been a physical force back there for us, and solid defensively.
You mentioned Nick's penalties. How concerned are you in general about discipline in terms of going to the box?
Well, I'm concerned about it, but I'm always concerned about it. I don't think there's need for some of the penalties we take. You got to be disciplined. You can't react to things. We got to initiate as much as possible, and you're going to take penalties. I get that part, but they got to be good penalties, in my opinion. I think back about some of the offensive zone penalties we take, and there's no need for that. And, some of the tripping stuff and just reacting to somebody, being physical with us. We got to be more disciplined.
How much watching around the other games are you doing, just how tight the division is? Are you doing any of that, or you try to stay away from that?
Well, I do watch a lot of hockey, so whatever games. I watched the Florida game yesterday, and any chance I get to watch games, I'm watching games. And if they're in our division, I probably pay more close attention to that than anything else.
Nylander has an outside shot at getting 50 goals this season. You've coached against him, now being with him on a daily basis. What stands out about his goal-scoring ability?
Well, his shot. It's his shot is elite in my opinion. I think just the way he can cut back with his edges and create separation from opponents is elite. And the other thing that really stands out to me is how heavy he is on his stick of winning battles for the puck. He does a real good job of that. But I would say that's the reasons he's got. I don't know how many goals, but 42. Yeah, that's stands out for me.
He has a chance to become only the second Swede to hit 50 goals. Hakan Blue, do you remember the Flyers giving up 4 in '89 against them? Or is that
against who?
Against you guys when you were playing for Philly.
Oh, Hakan Blue. I probably didn't play in that game. I don't remember it, but I mean, I'm sure it happened. He was a great player. I mean, I remember playing against him quite a bit, but I don't remember that day. But I try to forget those days.